What's going on, gamers? Alright, I got 4 tips for you guys that I'm going to give you to try to help you get better at the game. Sometimes it's kind of frustrating, but I think these are probably the 4 most important tips. I'm not going to be too clickbaity, I'm not going to waste your time, let's get right into it. Okay, so my first tip here is going to be map awareness and spawn awareness. I picked Hackney Hardpoint right here. The first point is in here, in this garage area. A lot of gun battles go down in this whole garage area, but you have to pay attention to where you think their team's gonna be and where your team is spawning. The next hard point is in this blue building. So if you have everybody all in this garage area, chances are their team's gonna be trying to flank through green and all the way over here and into this tire shop back here, because that's where the next hard point is. So if you see your whole team over in that first hard point, you call it P1 really, and you see none of your teammates on this side of the map where I am watching this side, you should probably come over here and watch over here to make sure that their team's not trying to flank. This is a good spot. There's plenty of good spots over here. You can even sit back here. It's just one of those things, you're always looking at the minimap, seeing where your team is, and by looking at where your team is, you can get a pretty decent idea of where their team's gonna spawn and where their team's gonna be. Okay, so my next tip here is about peeker's advantage. So let's imagine that I'm up here, looking over this garage area, and I expect somebody to come through mid right where I'm aiming. If you're gonna creep around this corner right where I'm aiming, you're not gonna have any upper hand in this gun battle. So let's say you expect somebody to be top scaffolding, somebody call them out. So you're coming through mid, and if you creep around this corner like this, you're gonna have no advantage in this gun battle at all. So you want to catch him off guard using peeker's advantage is what they call it. You could jump around the corner, you could slide around the corner. There's a couple things you can do to make sure that you're catching him off guard and that you're gonna try to get an upper hand in the gun battle. Because if you just slowly creep like this, there's no real advantage there. You want to have some sort of jumping advantage or some sort of slide canceling, anything like that. Okay, that leads into my third tip here, which is imagine you're the guy on scaffolding again, waiting for the person to come through mid. Another thing, I don't even know what to call this. It's basically like holding weird angles and catching them off guard. The guy running through mid might expect you to be up here. So if you're at a weird angle, like if you're on this truck, because he's expecting you to be all the way over here. If you're on this truck and he's jumping around the corner, you're going to catch him off guard now. Because he's going to be expecting to aim all the way over here, but you're going to be here. So let me just show you what it looks like from this person's angle. If you're expecting them to be top scaffolding up there, you're going to jump and have to adjust again to over here. Which, I mean, you could do it pretty quick, but I mean, every millisecond really counts in this. If you're gonna miss one shot on him, it might be the difference between you winning or losing that gun battle. So the last tip I have is called centering. Centering is basically having your crosshair exactly where you think the enemy is gonna be, so you're always aimed in an important spot. You're not just walking around like this and then going over here. You're always ready as you come around the corner for where somebody could be. So you always want to be ready before you come around the corner, and you always want to be aiming at heights where enemies might be. This is a lot more important usually in PC FPSs like CSGO, but if you're just always aiming and centering exactly where somebody might come around the corner, I'm trying to do it in slow motion here. So you just always are ready on the apex of the corner. Say you're coming around and you think somebody might be top scaffolding, you get ready instead of running like this and then saying, uh-oh, there's somebody up here. You're running around with your crosshairs ready on where they might be next. kind of hard to explain. I hope that makes sense. So those are my 4 tips: map awareness and spawn awareness, peeker's advantage, holding weird angles to catch your opponent off guard, and centering your crosshairs everywhere you run. Those 4 will really put you in good shape for becoming a better player, and I hope they work for you. Alright, thank you. I'll see you in the next one.